Hello. Hi, friends. I'm testing out some new features. Please tell me I look nice. I'm working on it. So here I am. Am I live? Is this working? All right. Managing moderators can help me close. Okay, great. Yay. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. How does it look and sound? All right. Oh, I can chat through everybody, can't I? Okay. All right. So if you're watching, thanks for watching. And now I'm going to go onto Facebook and see if it's live on there. So I do this testing on the day I do the Eden show, but I'm also testing it tonight because I have a new camera, I have new lights, and I have new wrinkles. So if you know, I have a husband who does lots of audio and video, and he helped me make these purchases, and I'm grateful to him. But I said, wait a minute. I bought this expensive new camera that has this wonderful quality. Why does it make me look like this? So he said, you need better lighting. He was right. I needed better lighting. So good. And you can see I've got this lovely little song request thing here. So if you snap your camera on that, you go to MySet. And on MySet, you can see the songs that I can do for you. I haven't looked at the MySet list in a while. I just kind of add on to it every time I learn something. So if there's something on there, I can try to do my level best to play it for you. Oh, great. Thanks, Peggy. And thanks, Karen. I appreciate it. So have you seen this cool new feature that Restream has? Right? So it lets me put that QR code right there. I am so glad they do. That's really helpful. Thanks, Restream. So I'm just looking at the list and what it looks like. And can I take it off if I need to? I think I can. I can hide it. Yay, see? You can see that I'm actually playing. This camera is also like a half-second delayed. So I'm looking at the camera right there, but my computer is over here. So I look at myself and I can see myself, in before times and after times, which is hilarious, right? So, but can you see and hear me all right? All right. I hope you can. Thanks, Kate. So good. I'm glad you can. And I'm testing all of this because tomorrow night is the Eden show. And it's at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. And we're going to do a lot of this. So I have this wonderful song request thing. You can do it up in the corner over there, way over there. But Dan Chayka is going to be sitting right here. He hasn't seen all this yet. He's going to blow his mind. So I'm just kind of getting used to operating all this stuff here. And I'm a little bit further away from my desk than I've been before. So it just takes a little getting used to. I can put this like in this corner, but I can also do it this way. Isn't that cool? So I can't decide which way I like better. So I'll just have to test them all out and see what I think. But everything I used to have to do with a million different features, I can now do pretty quickly, which is awfully nice. Oh, good. Thanks, Kate. Appreciate it. So if you get out your camera and snap that QR code that you see up there, you can visit myset.com, and that'll take you to the songs that are in my set list. So I'm trying to use that feature more and more because I get a lot of requests for songs, and I want to be able to honor them. But sometimes people say, well, what do you know? Well, on MySet, that's the songs that I know. So take a look at those if you can. You can get the app. You can also visit mysetmusic.com, and that's Eden-Castile, and that's me as well. So one reason I like MySet is because you can operate it with your phone or you can operate it on a website. It's one of the only song request ones where you can do both of those. So yay. So I don't know how to make the camera get a little closer or anything. Look at my pretty fairy lights. Aren't those nice? And the microphone feels like I have to lean into it all the time. So maybe I need a longer boom mic now. I don't know. So, well, that is so cool. Just pulled it up. Isn't it? Tell Adam, right? Adam would know that there are a bunch of song request apps, and I'm testing out SongMe and MySet. Those are the two. Everybody who's on Twitch uses one that goes within the Twitch ecosystem. And that's a good one too. Yeah. Is there a way to link, click along with the QR? Because I can't use my camera while I'm watching my phone. Yes, actually you can, Peggy. Peggy asked a good question. I'm watching on my phone. Is there a way to have a link to click along with the QR? It requires some kind of a Google thing. Cynthia Vaughn showed me how to do it. So Peggy, I'll just send you the link, or I'll try to drop the link in Facebook. I could do that too, couldn't I? So let's see if I can do that. I'll just send it over to Facebook so y'all can see. And just trying to build out this new system and try new things. So, but I do like the camera. I had to get used to it, and I had to put on a lot more foundation. So that was a pain. But, better camera requires more foundation. Okay, I'm trying to tape this in or glue this in, Peggy, for you. Copy, paste. Come on. Oh, I know why I can't paste. I have my MacBook here, so I was trying to do one thing on my MacBook and one thing on my desktop. I may have a problem. Oh, no, I have a problem. Okay, so let's see if I can get this to work. Okay, I think we got it. All right, so now I dropped that link in there for y'all. And it's also, or can I put it in Restream for y'all? I think I can. Yeah. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Okay. So now that link should be in all of the channels, I think. So I'm getting very confused about where everything is. Someone scanned the QR code. Restream tells me when someone scans the code. That is cool. That is cool. So, I do this show almost every Wednesday. Last Wednesday, I was visiting my dad in Columbus, Ohio. It's mandatory when you talk about being in Ohio, you have to play the fight song. All right, there. I did my due diligence. So I was visiting him, so I was flying back home last Wednesday night, so I didn't get to do the live stream. But I will be live streaming tomorrow night with Dan. Oh, good. Kate says she scanned it and it works. Yay! So glad. So yeah, it's a great little system, I think. And thank you, Restream, for adding that QR code. That makes my job so much easier because I've had it on other graphics and things to do. I've had that QR code existing in other places, but this makes my job easier, and I appreciate it. So what is my job? My job is to play music for you and entertain you. So if you see something on there you like, I've got a few requests for tomorrow night already, and I think it costs you $1 to make a request. So, but I might be nice, and if you made me one, I might do free. So who knows? But let's see. It's Valentine's Day. Anybody want to hear something Valentine-y? I'm testing all of this stuff out tonight. So if you want to hear something Valentine-y, let me know. And I'm just checking up all of the different things here online. The Eden Show streams live to YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. I have not done Facebook because Facebook has been less than reliable for me for live streaming. But I don't know. I don't know how to handle that. So, but if you want to really see me, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have 595 subscribers. Thank you, all of you. So when I was on, I was testing on Twitch, and I'm going to be doing this off and on all night long tonight, just kind of testing out the tech. What you can't see is I have 3 beautiful lights up here above me that came from B&H Photo and Video. Yay. And then right there is my beautiful new camera. And I am nice and far away from it, so that way it's all here. And I want you to be able to see that I play live for you. So I'm set up for this, and I think when Dan sees this video, he's going to go, "Oh my gosh, this is going to make you look fantastic, Dan. We're going to look wonderful." So we can do whatever we want, and we do have a set list for tomorrow night, and people have been putting in requests. So grateful for that. And but I'll play one tonight. So what the heck? This is what I'm here for. I'm here to test stuff out and try things out. So I'm going to look through my list of old shows and see, what have I done before? Is anybody going out? Hey, Brad. So let's see. I've got like the Ultimate Guitar tabs. I've got my Fourscore app, which has shows that I've done previously. I just started vocal coaching GuysandDolls again. And there's lots of good songs in that, aren't there? So yesterday I was working on I'll Know with Sky and Sarah, and that was super fun. So what about if I do that one? Let's see. We'll do it kind of in a nice version. Let me switch my stuff around here on Casio and get the sound I like more than anything else. Yeah. Yes. I'll know when my love comes along. I'll know there and then. Is it there or then or then or there? I'll know by the sight of his face how I care, how I care, how I care. and I'll stop, and I'll stare, and I'll know long before we can speak. I'll know then and there. I'll know, and I won't have to ask, am I wise? Am I right? Am I smart? But I'll stop and I'll stare at that face in the throne. Yes, I'll know when my love comes along. I haven't music directed or vocal coached a musical in a long time, really. I mean, like a full show or anything. And I haven't done a high school show in a long time. But I love that show. Who doesn't love that show, right? That's a great, great show. So I agreed to do that particular show. And so that's going to be at Proud High School sometime in April. And the Sky and the Sarah are adorable. And I haven't met Adelaide yet, but I did meet Nathan Detroit. And he's adorable. So it's going to be a great, great show. And I love just sitting there getting to play all that music. We did Fugue for Tin Horns yesterday, too. That was super, super fun. So that's what I'm doing with my spare time. So I'm also working on some projects with a bunch of different people. And I'm starting up some one-person projects with a few people, which is awfully nice. And they're all very different, which is great. But I'm thrilled for those performers. They're going to have a really good time. I'm enjoying getting to know them better and figuring out how to tell their stories through music. I'm still doing my own story, too. I'm doing Con Artist. So I did Con Artist on Saturday night in New Bedford, and that was super fun. Great, great people through C-Class Theater Company. And we had a great, great time. So I'm now working on finding another location, probably this time in Connecticut. So I'll let you know when I have information about that. So the things that are kind of coming up for me is I am doing that 70s showcase along with 7 of my clients. We did it back in January and it was really successful. So we're going to do it again. And that'll be March 19th. So those songs are also starting to get back in my head. And I'm also applying to being a dueling pianist. You know what that is? Basically, it's a piano duo. You don't really duel. It's not really dueling. But I get to play lots of different stuff with people. So I have to learn a lot of songs. And I have a big, big set list on my phone where every time I'm in the car, I just keep listening and listening and listening so I can figure out how things go. And the more I do it, they're starting to slowly get into my head, which is awesome. And that's great. So I'm trying to think if there's something on one of those lists that I could do. Since it's Valentine's Day, right? Aren't we supposed to do something nice for Valentine's Day? So I'm just looking through this list here and seeing if there's anything that's kind of loving. Like, you know, in dueling pianos, they don't do a lot of kind of love type songs. It's almost anything but. It really is. Some of the big ones for dueling pianos is like Paradise by the Dashboard Light, Piano Man, The Joker, Fly Like an Eagle, Santeria. Yeah, those kind of songs. Hey Jude, that's not a love song, is it? But it's fun. It's just very, very different kind of music. And it's really fun to get to play all of those songs. So I'm looking through that list and seeing if there's something there that might be fun. That I could actually pull off just for me on piano. I don't know. So let's see here. And then I see a whole bunch of Linda Ronstadt ones because I'm working on that kind of a project as well. Oh, thank you, Stephen. Appreciate it. Yeah, piano versus piano. Yeah, you're right. So happy Valentine's Day to you as well. I just don't want to do My Funny Valentine. Aren't you going to hear that enough? But if you want me to do My Funny Valentine, I'll do My Funny Valentine. So if I look over here at the ones that she's doing, what are my favorite ones by Linda? Oh, okay. This is dedicated to Mr. Eden Castillo. I'll say I'll move the mountains, and I'll move the mountains if he wants them out of the way. Crazy he calls me, sure I'm crazy. crazy in love, I'd say. I'll say I'll go through fire, and I'll go through fire. As he wants it, so it shall be. Crazy he calls me, sure I'm crazy, crazy in love, you see. Like the wind that shakes the bough, he moves me with his smile. The difficult I'll do right now, the impossible will take a little while. Say I'll care forever, and I mean forever, if I have to hold up the sky. Crazy he calls me, sure I'm crazy, crazy in love am I. This is from her first album with nelsonriddle, and these are 3 of my favorite albums of all time. I didn't know anything about the Great American Songbook until Linda Ronstadt and nelsonriddle showed me. And then I went to town. It was so fun. Started raiding my parents' record albums. Like the wind that shakes the bough, he moves me with his smile. The difficult I'll do right now, the impossible will take a little while. Say I'll care forever, and I mean forever, if I have to hold up the sky. Crazy he calls me, sure I'm crazy, crazy in love am I. I haven't played piano in a while. I play on church on Sunday morning, and so I get to play a little piano there, and I play for rehearsal. I play a little bit of organ, but just like sitting down and playing, it's been a minute. So I'm just thrilled that it kind of is still there a little bit. But, I see a whole bunch of voice teachers on this thread. It's like, yeah, okay, I better use it or lose it, right? So yeah, I need to definitely do a lot of playing. So thanks, Stephen. I appreciate that. That was very nice of you to say. So I hope to get up to Parlor again at some point and sing up there too. So our friends at Evening Sky, I think they have Ben Shaw this weekend, or that just happened. It already happened. So our friends at Evening Sky are now going to be with Ben over at Warren House of Pizza, I think, pretty soon. This is water, I'm pretty sure. So, but you're hearing okay? Sound is okay? I heard that wonderful echo since I have my Yamaha mixer set with a little bit of reverb, which makes a girl happy. So if everything sounds good, I'm happy for all of us. So I'm going to play something else. What should I play? So Linda is my go-to girl. She's the one, excuse me, who, I heard those 3 albums and I learned every single song on it. I was the kid in high school because I loved, her version of My Funny Valentine that she did with nelsonriddle. So it was Mr. Riddle, of course, who did the arranging. And on the last album they did together, or the second one. Oh yeah, it ended with My Funny Valentine, but it was a very unusual version of My Funny Valentine. It had a string quartet. So, and it sounded like a minuet. I said I wouldn't sing it, but I'll sing a little bit of it. Behold the way our fine feathered friend his virtue doth parade. Thou knowest not, my dim-witted friend, the picture thou hast made. Thy vacant brow and thy tousled hair conceal thy good intent. And I'd never heard the beginning before. Thou noble, upright, truthful, sincere, and slightly dopey gent. I thought, where is she going with this, right? And then the strings took over, and it was this beautiful cello and viola. You're my funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine. You make me smile with my heart. Your looks are laughable, unphotographable, yet you're my favorite work of art. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak? When you open it to speak, are you smart? But don't change a hair for me, not if you care for me. Stay, little Valentine, stay. Each day is Valentine's Day. So that was not Nelson's arrangement, but she did it or he arranged it for a string quartet, and it made it incredibly poignant. So Eden being Eden, I heard that in high school, and I thought, oh, I want to do that. So I arranged it for 3 clarinets, because that's all we had in high school. So I know, nerd. But, and I think I actually did I had friends who were like in the clarinet section of the marching band and the concert band. So I think I got them to actually try it out one time. And I thought, oh, wouldn't this be fun to do this on talent show or something? I don't think we ever actually pulled it off, but I actually listened to that and kind of arranged it for them. And I do remember like going to Missy Pickens's house or something. And yeah, Terry, Missy, and Shelley, I think were my 3 clarinet players. And so I just really want to try this. So we did. So I did that. I would hear songs, and nobody was arranging those songs back then for high schoolers or anything like that. So I really wanted those arrangements, and I wanted them to be with instruments that were available to me. So I may have the only 3 clarinet version of My Funny Valentine. Yay me, right? That's awesome. So, but that's a gorgeous song. So I hope wherever you are that you're having a really good Valentine's Day. My wonderful husband made me some chicken parm. That was so nice. Steven says, yeah, me too. My dad played them all through high school. I read my mind. Yes, exactly. They're great albums. They really are. If you have never heard Linda's 3 albums with Nelson Riddle, check them out. They're wonderful. They're some of his last arrangements, and they match her really, really well. It's quite beautiful. He also, after he did those for Linda, a bunch of other artists realized, oh, Nelson Riddle's still working, right? Because he had worked so much with Rosemary Clooney, Ella, Frank, and then it was Kiritekanawa who saw him, and they were trying to pull something together, and either she talked about it or he did, that they ended up meeting kind of in a hotel ballroom where there was a piano, and started hammering out which songs they wanted to do, because she was at the height of her fame as an opera singer. She was a New Zealand-born opera singer, Kiritekanawa, but she wanted to do a crossover album. And Nelson was her conductor. And by that time, of course, I was trying to buy everything I could get my hands on that had his name on it, because I loved his arrangements so much. And I loved Kiri as well. So I listened to it, and it is definitely, your opera singer doing the classics. But the best one on that one was The Folks Who Live on the Hill. So I'm going to see if I can find the lyrics for that. I don't have that completely memorized, but let me look it up. There it is. And she did a great job with that. And she also did True Love, which is a Cole Porter song. So maybe I'll try those. Oh, yeah, lots of people have covered this one. Someday we'll build a home on a hilltop high. You and I, shiny and new, a cottage that two can fill, and we'll be pleased to be called the folks who live on the hill. Someday we may be adding a thing or two, a wing or two. We will make changes as any family will, but we will always be called the folks who live on the hill. Our veranda will command a view of meadows green, the sort of view that seems to want to be seen. And when the kids grow up and leave us, we'll sit and look at that same old view, just we two. Darby and Joan, who used to be Jack and Jill, the folks who like to be called what they have always been called, the folks who live on the hill. Actually performed this song for like a house blessing for my boss. I'm just confessing tonight, right? Thanks, Lisa, so much. I was working in Washington, and my boss, Deal, and his wife, Teresa, had just bought a house on a hill. And he asked me to come and sing this song for like a housewarming party. So I was associated with that. Our veranda will command a view of meadows green. Thanks, Lisa. The sort of view that seems to want to be seen. And when the kids grow up and leave us, we'll sit and look at that same old view, just we two, Darby and Joan, who used to be Jack and Jill, what they folks like to be called, what they have always been called, the folks who live on the hill. What fun. I love that song too. Who doesn't love that song? Thanks, Stephen. I appreciate it. Thanks, Jackie, very much. So this is just like a pop-up, me practicing my new lighting, my new camera, my new everything, and kind of getting used to the space. I have to admit, I was a little shaquad. You know what that means? Shaquad. My husband says it's not that dirty. But I was a little bit taken aback when I started doing all of this today. We were setting all of this up. And I looked in the mirror and I went, oh my God. And I said, I told my husband, I thought you said having, a good camera was going to make me look better. And he said, it does. So I was relying on the cheap camera to like take away all the wrinkles, but now this is a good camera. So it's showing everything. And it takes a little getting used to. And he said, after we got the camera, he said, no, Eden, what you really need is good lighting. So I got back on the B&H website and I bought more stuff. But now I really do like it and I'm getting used to it. And you can see I have that nice, I'm never going to say it right. Bokeh, Bokeh, right? And it's that thing where it makes the background look so pretty, right? So, I mean, there's actually light in my room, but it looks like it's, nighttime here and I have my pretty lights and everything. Every live streamer is supposed to have pretty lights. So now I got my pretty lights and I got my lights in the front and the back and I'm pretty happy with this. And so tomorrow night for the Eden show, Dan Chayka's going to be sitting right here. And I think I have successfully tested this. So yay, I'm pretty happy with this now. So I'm just looking at the live stats and I'm just making sure you can all hear me and see me all right. So tomorrow night, I'm going to be sitting here taking more requests. And I played you a few that are possible, right? So you can see, did I do this right? Yeah. Woo! Right there. See that? Get out your phone and click on that. Get out your phone, get out the photo part of your phone. Like you're going to take a picture and aim it at that QR code. There. Aim it at the QR code right there. And then you can see what are the songs that I'm happy to do for you tomorrow. It's going to cost you, background balance and ambiance, right? It's just like, it's a thing, right? I don't have enough to worry about in life. So let's worry about that. Do get that MySet list. And if you don't want to get the app for some reason, if you can't aim your phone over there, then you can visit MySet Music and it's Eden Castile. I'm going to see if I can change this out so you can see that as well. And I've dropped it in the chat so you can see it a bunch of times. I think, where is it? Right there. No, that's not going to help you at all. If I do it this way, there, compact. See? Same thing, right? But you can see the address a little better. So if you're a website person, that's the website you want to have right there. So that will let you know, or the kind of songs that I can do. It's a wide mix. Some of them work better when you're in a bar and some of them work better when you're staying at home. But it's a nice mix there and I'd be happy to do them for you. So, and that list is growing all the time. I'm just always adding stuff to it. So, but I figured that I would like to kind of know what you want to hear and be able to serve you better. That's my goal. So I've done a few here tonight. And let's see, so I ended up doing Folks Who Live on the Hill, but I was really on my way to sing something else, but I can't remember what it was. Maybe that's a good thing that I couldn't remember anymore. So there's a lot of love songs tonight, and I hope wherever you are that you get to hear some love songs as well. So I'll do one more, and then I'm going to be will I stay just on YouTube? I'll probably just stay on YouTube and keep on playing and testing, and maybe I'll test out some different cameras and things. I do feel like I'm really down here. Right? Like I want it to be a little tighter in, and I don't know how to do that. The camera is like way, way in the back right now. And I'm not good enough to figure out how to do those kind of adjustments and to do a tighter shot or not. I don't know how to do that. Maybe I don't have to worry about it. Maybe when I throw a bunch of graphics on, it won't matter because I'm heavy on the graphics. Yeah, that's not so bad, right? When I do it like that, it's not so bad. So I'll keep on messing with it and eventually I'll figure it out, maybe by 2090. I don't know. So, but just definitely check out that song request right there and aim your phone at it. That would be just wonderful if you would do that. Okay. I'll do one more. I like this one a lot too. I love all the Linda ones because they're so much fun. Did I do this one last week? Yeah, I did. So I won't do that one, but I'll do this one. How glad the many millions of Toms and Dicks and Williams would be to capture me. But you had such persistence, you wore down my resistance. I fell, and it was swell. You're my big and brave and handsome Romeo. How I won you, I will never, never know. It's not that you're attractive, but oh, my heart grew active when you came into view. I've got a crush on you, sweetie pie, all the day and night time. Hear me sigh, I never had the least notion that I could fall with so much emotion. Could you could you care for a cunning cottage? We could share the world, would pardon my mush, 'cause I've got a crush, my baby, on you. Could you care for a cunning cottage? We could share the world, would pardon my mush, 'cause I have got a crush, my baby, on you. That was like 20% Nelson Riddle, whatever. The rest is Eden. I do what I can. So yeah, see, there's no brandy snifter here. So on MySet, you can pay me $1 for a song. You can leave me a bigger tip if you'd like. If you ask me to do Paradise by the Dashboard Light, yeah, I'll try. And maybe I'll get Dan to do that one with me. That would actually be a great deal of fun. Oh, Carol, thank you so much. Let me see if I can get your emoji to click in here. I don't know. Thanks, Stephen. I appreciate it. So, yeah, no, Carol sent me this cute little thing, and it looks like it has little headphones. It's a little heart. I can't get it up and running, but thank you, Carol. I appreciate it. So she requested something tomorrow night, which I will do. And I have several requests coming in, and I appreciate it. So that helps me give you a really good show. I mean, I can play what I want all night long, but I'd love to play stuff that you want to hear. That would make me really happy. So I think we have successfully tested this. I got to definitely put some stuff away over here or re-into camera. But actually, you know what? Dan is going to be sitting right here tomorrow night. So I don't know what Dan's doing tonight. I hope he's taking his girlfriend out. And my husband made me chicken parm, so I'm happy. And that's what passes. That's our hot date night. We're having chicken parm, and I'm testing stuff online. But my husband helped me set up all of this today, so I'm grateful. And this is what you'll see tomorrow night on The Eden Show, which will be at 8 o'clock Eastern and, what is that, 5 o'clock Pacific, I guess. So about an hour or so. And it's love songs and nothing but it's going to be Valentine's Recovery Day. So if you don't want a love song and you want an anti-love song, I can make that happen. And I think we've got a couple of those in there. I think somebody requested I Hate Men. So yeah, I can do that. I never got to play Katerina, like in Kiss Me Kate. Always wanted to, but really that entire role just sits lower. So I got called back for it one time and then realized to my horror that it was much lower than I expected it. Hey, Jim, thank you so much. So I'm glad that's working out. Jim Terrell. So a wonderful piano player up there in New Hampshire. And you should check out what he's doing, guys. He's doing tons of stuff up there. And I think, Jim, don't you have an album coming out very soon? That's wonderful. So I can't wait to hear it. And that's going to be a lot of fun. So tomorrow night's love songs or anti-love songs. It's Valentine's Day recovery. And I'd be happy to play what you want. That will be on Twitter and Twitch and YouTube, but especially YouTube, please. YouTube is super reliable. Record comes out Thursday. Cool. Then I'm going to shameless plug your record tomorrow night. So I think I can probably grab the art from your Facebook, right? So I'd be delighted to plug your stuff. Jim, you're such a great player, such a great musician. So I will see you all tomorrow night for the Eden Show. It's at 8 o'clock Eastern, and figure out your own time zone. Be about an hour or so. We get going about 10 minutes before just to let the stream go so I can test all the tech, because believe it or not, there is no producer hiding behind there. It's all me. And Dan helps where he can, but really this is all up to me. So one of the reasons I have this beautiful new camera and these lights is that way you can't see the sweat rolling down my face when I'm live streaming, because it's a lot of work. But I also really enjoy it. And I enjoy getting to share music with you and play for you. And I do have a few guests that are coming up. Jim, maybe I'll get you to be my guest on this show. That would be so much fun. Thanks, Jackie. I appreciate it. Happy Valentine's Day to you and yours over there in Michigan. And a lot of love to everybody in Michigan. So I spent 11 years living in Hillsdale, Michigan, which is maybe less than 90 minutes from Lansing. So a lot of love to everybody in Michigan today, and all the time, really, but especially today. So, Wendy, does my light have different filters? Like, I just want to put a giant piece of gauze across it. That's what I want to do. So that would make me happy. It doesn't, but I can actually put on some diffusers. My husband says all I have to do is give B&H more money, and I can do that. So I'm trying to work with what I have. The weirdest thing about this particular live stream setup is that you guys, you can't see this, and no way am I going to move any of this stuff because it took so long to get it into place. But so here I am at my piano. Just past me is my desk, and I've got a music stand set up there, and the camera is about, 4 or 5 feet away from me. Yeah. So I have a relatively deep desk, but there is an end to it. So there's a wall right there, and then I have cork on the wall. And again, I'm not showing any of it to you because that would involve moving everything. So for the past 2 years of live streaming, that's worked out just fine. I had just a little computer camera, and I was able to keep everything kind of on the desk. But now I am really far away from a lot of my equipment. And so I'm just getting used to not being able to actually grab it. I mean, look, this is how far away I am, right? So it's just an adjustment. Yeah, good distance, room for guests. It is. So, the guests can sit here, and then I usually have a guest sitting on a chair over there. Often, Dan is sitting behind in we call it the little lawyer's chair. But most live streamers, I realized that after I was looking at a bunch of setups online, they actually have a desk that has no wall behind it. They're often having a desk that's either pulled away from a wall or it's off to the side. And I thought about doing that, and I couldn't figure out a way to do that in my room. But after doing this for less than an hour, I realized that's exactly what I want to do. Because that way I can have all of my things set up, and I can even put it on a cart with wheels so I can move it around a little bit. So I'm thinking about turning all of this to a 90-degree angle. So that way it actually faces there. And you can see I have a lot of beautiful artwork on the wall behind me, and you'll be able to see that better. So chances are very good on some live stream in the future, you will see that particular kind of setup, and that's what we'll do. But, we just keep trying things and working. But I realize that for a lot of live streamers, I know that's what they do. Or if the equipment's not turned at an angle, they are. So I'm here nice and wide because I like to have my guests sitting right next to me. But I do have this other piano over here. And when I was first doing live streaming, thanks, Jennifer. Yes, they are very twinkly lights. The finest purchase from, I think it was Aldi. So yeah, you covered that mic, me too. So I used to live stream like this. And so I would just be over here, and you'd only see half of me, and then Dan would be sitting right here. But I felt that I was kind of shortchanging my guest by doing that I was constantly coming over here. And it started to get tougher and tougher to sit here and to try to look at the camera, which was way over here. It just got tougher, right? So the more you do these things, and money solves every problem, right? So this poor piano is over here, and I use it mostly for clients that I have who come into the studio to rehearse and to write. and warm up. And then this is mostly my performing thing, and it lives on a cart with wheels, so I can move it around and position it wherever I like. So I have 2 keyboards in here, but I hardly ever use this one for live streaming anymore, even though I love the sound of it. It has a great, great sound. It's got MIDI capability, and I can plug it in, but it doesn't move around terribly easily. So where it goes, it has to stay. The other thing I love about it is that it has a flat top, so it's almost like a piece of furniture. So I can load it up with all kinds of stuff, and it makes me happy. So right now it's living here. Most of the live stream happens here because it's so hard to do this. I really am in awe of the people in Twitch who can do that kind of thing. You like it face on? Thanks, Wendy. Yeah, I do too. So yeah, can I hear the new piano? So this is the same old piano as always. It's my Casio. And I've just split the Casio in 2. So I have a bass at the bottom, and I've got kind of what's called Noir Grand is up at the top. And I like that. The next thing I want to learn how to do, Wendy, is MainStage. So does anybody here use MainStage, which is an Apple product, in order to put in different sounds into their piano? So I don't know how much more I can ask my Macs to do. My guess is I can ask them to do a lot. And the lights are controlled by my phone, which is amazing, right? But then I figure, what am I going to do with my phone, right? And half the time when I'm live streaming, my son calls me or my dad calls me to check in on me. So what am I going to do if I have that during the live stream? I don't know. I don't know how people handle these things. This is so hard. So it's just, I don't know. These are all first world problems. We try to do what we can. Hey, Poppy, thank you so much. And by the way, Poppy, congratulations. I mentioned you actually a couple of weeks ago. Poppy Champlin is going to be the 3rd ever female inducted into the Rhode Island Comedians Hall of Fame. Poppy, you deserve it. I'm so happy for you. I think that happens within the next couple of months. I got to play for a couple of Poppy shows, and that was super fun. She was my guest on this show. Remember how my cat came in and was being crazy during the time you were here? That was so cool. It was really fun. So yes, I have a lot of gadgets. I am a gadget head. I'm a gear head. You know where I got that? From both my dad and my voice teacher. My voice teacher in high school always had a bunch of different gadgets. And my dad was doing like HTML for websites back in like early 2000s. So he was a builder in Columbus, Ohio. And he learned how to do that. So he was kind of teaching me. That's right. My cat attacked Poppy. That was a great thing. He just wanted to be on screen, right? We said, cat's on film. Very good. Yes, that's right. Congratulations, Poppy. It is fantastic news. And Poppy also has a very successful monthly comedy series on Thursdays. Which Thursday of the month is it? Last Thursday of the month, maybe, or first Thursday of the month. And it is on at Pump House Music Works, called Hot Mic with Poppy Champlin. She's got a headliner. She also teaches comedy classes. And she's not paying me for this. I'm just telling about it because I think she's so awesome. And I've gotten to play for a couple of those graduation shows. Okay, second Thursday of the month, Hot Mic with Poppy Champlin over at Pump House Music Works. Shameless plugs. So how am I getting the comments on the screen, Wendy? In Restream, I can do that. So I am actually, my flow here, in case anybody else is live streaming and wants to know. The camera is a SONY ZV-E10. And so that camera goes into Ecamm Live, which is where I kind of aggregate things together. And sometimes I add some different graphics from Ecamm. And then I spit that into Restream.io. Restream is a browser-based live streamer. So some live streamers stay on your computer and send the signal out that way. That takes some extra computer processing power to do that. I use Restream because I just find it really convenient. So that's why I do that there. And Restream lets me do things like this. Ta-da! If you look up in the corner over there, right? You can request a song. And you can aim your phone at that right there. And you can see my list at myset.com. So that's why I like Restream, is that they come up with really cool features just like this. If you're familiar with other streamers, OBS is one. StreamYard, I've used that in the past as well. But right now, I really do like that Restream an awful lot. So there's that song request. Same thing. All right. They're the exact same ones. All right. There. Yeah, time and space is not my friend today. So visit myset.com. mysetmusic.com, Eden-Castillo. You can see my set list. I'm going to play some stuff tomorrow night. You can make a request. Cost you $1. That's it. If you want to give me more, great. And I'd be happy to play for you. So tonight I'm just testing all of this tech out because it's new tech to me. So, hi, Jay. Good to see you again, too. Hi, Jay and Susan. I did a show with Jay a million years ago back in Hillsdale. It's really funny. And I remember it was about people delivering pizza in the middle of war. And it was for like a 10-minute play festival, and it was super funny. And I'm so glad because I got to use Queen's Another One Bites the Dust as the entrance music for that before your show. And that made me extremely happy. So there, you can also see it right there. Check request a song, restream right there. A million years ago. Yeah, it feels like a million years ago. And Jay's wife, Susan, is also a wonderful, wonderful singer-songwriter and has written a bunch of wonderful things. So and he sent me a song that she's done, and I'll play that tomorrow night. I'll play her version tomorrow night. I'll just be happy. Shameless plugs, right? They're not really shameless. They're just plugs because I have lots of really successful friends who do great things. So, all right. So can I play piano a little bit longer? I kind of think it could be a little louder. I agree. So right now, both of them are kind of set at about 60%. So let me find something I can play since I've been doing all these little fun rhymes here. So let's find a good one. That's not going to make me go crazy. Oh, this is a good one. All right. I will find this right here. I'm going to switch over and just get the lyrics out so I know what I'm doing. There we go. All right. You can tell me how this is going, Wendy. Can you hear me all right? Absolutely, Jay. Of course I remember. I mean, I've forgotten a lot of things in my life, but I wouldn't forget a play about pizza delivery guys in a war zone. That was really memorable, and it was great, okay? To know him is to love him. Just to see him smile makes my life worthwhile. To know him is to love him, and I do. I'll be good to him. I'd bring love to him. Everyone says there'll come a day when I'll walk alongside of him. Yes, just to know him is to love him, and I do. How's that, Wendy? Why can't he see how blind can he be? Someday he'll see that he was meant for me. I'm waiting for Wendy to pronounce me good. Yes, who could forget red sauce in a pizza war zone? She says it's good? All right, good. To know him is to love him. Just to see him smile makes my life worthwhile. Yes, just to know him is to love him, and I do. I do. Do you know who wrote that song? And do you know the story behind that song? Who knows who wrote To Know Him to Love Him? Any idea? Somebody, I mean, if you know it, then you know who wrote it. But when you find out, you're going to go, oh, really? Ooh. Sorry, I don't mean to ruin your Valentine's Day. If you figure out who wrote To Know Him is to Love Him. Or should I save that? Should that be a cliffhanger for the Eden show tomorrow night? I don't know. I'm having fun. So any idea who? I'm giving you a chance to write it in, George Santos. Yeah, kind of. A criminal. Yeah, somebody who was a criminal and is no longer on the planet and was married to a famous singer. He made her famous, but this was before then, right? It's by a group called the Teddybears. He was part of the group. It's a he, all right? You can Wikipedia it if you want. All right. So when I think about people who do all this really fun online stuff, I see a lot of like people on Twitch, right? And that's Twitch rewards you for staying on for a really long time. And yeah, did we get out? Jim Terrell knows it. Ike Turner. That's a really good guess. That's a really good guess. Yeah, Mr. Ted. Philspector. Philspector wrote, "To know him is to love him." Right. And I think he either I know what he did. He wrote it, or it was released by the Teddy Bears, but he screwed the other Teddy Bears out of the royalties for it, because that was the first sign that he was not such a great guy. So, but that started early on. And then of course he married Veronica, Ronnie Spector, and did all of those wonderful albums with the Ronettes. You ever heard the Phil Spector Christmas album, right? That's where Darlene Love did Marshmallow World. It's where the Ronettes did Sleigh Ride and all that fun. Yes, Wendy is a smart ass, but we love her. So that's one of the things I love about you, girl. So, but yeah, one of the first hits he had was the Teddy Bears, "To know him is to love him." And I want to think that it was about his dad or something. There was something really weird. He had this weird relationship with his father, and that was why he wrote this. Or something. There's a really good story about it. Maybe it was in Vanity Fair after Spector died. Phil Spector died of COVID, I think, in jail at the height of the pandemic, and nobody was terribly sad. So, but left behind great music. So, you can play like Phil Spector, write like Phil Spector. Don't ever be like Phil Spector, right? We want to avoid that. So that's your moral for the day. So all that stuff on MySet, and I'm going to make notes of all of these songs that you're requesting, and I'm going to add them to my request a song list. So you can QR that, right? But you can stick your phone up there and take a photo of that QR code, and then you can see my set list. I should look at my own set list. What's on my set list? What did I put on my set list? So I've got it over here somewhere. I've got so many tabs open on this. It's just really ridiculous. Good. All right. There's the restream. So there's a lot on there. I put a little bit of everything. When I play for other people, I'm playing a little bit of everything. So sometimes I put those songs up and see what's on there. I mean, I have, art songs on there. I've got Caro Mio Ben on there, but I also have Desperado, and I've got Different Drum. I've got Fly Me to the Moon. I got Feels Like Home. Just a little bit of everything. Bunch of Julie London on there. I've got some Sondheim on there. I got Mac the Knife on there. So like I said, a little bit of everything. Oh, this could be a fun one. So if you want, you can put a request in. You can put it in for tonight, or you could put it in for tomorrow for the Eden Show. And I'm just sitting here also testing out my tech and just getting a little more comfortable with it, because I was really freaked out by my own tech. Yeah, listening on your phone so you can't scan it. Totally understand. So what you can do is you can go back after this show is over, and you can see on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, those places, you'll be able to see this code in there, and you can just grab it whenever you need to. And that's going to be the same code always. You never have to worry about that. MySet is both an app and a website. And I think that is specific to MySet, as far as I can tell, because I've researched these a bunch over the past couple of years. And people who do dueling pianos or dual pianos, they have certain apps that they favor when they're taking song requests. And I think people who are in bands have different apps that they like. And people who do mostly exclusively live stream have specific apps that they like. But since I do all of those things, I'm looking for one app to rule them all. And so I'm testing out MySet, because MySet has an app that you can download to any device, but you can also access it through the website. Many of those song requests either do one or the other, but not both. And if you're watching and you have used one of these successfully and you have another option that you think I should consider, let me know. I am happy to try these things out. So some require a subscription, some you just buy it and you're done. Some take a little bit of money every time there's a little request. So I'm willing to try all of that out, but I want to find an app that works for me, but also works for the people who want to request from me. So thank you so much, Poppy. I appreciate it. Go drive. Love to all of your family, your mama. I hope she's doing well. And I can't wait to see what you do at Pump House next. And congratulations on entering the Rhode Island Comedian Hall of Fame. Richly deserved. So I'm looking here at my website on my MySet app, and I'm going to see if I can find one in here that I like. I see a whole bunch of fun ones here. Okay. Do you want to hear one that's a little more upbeat, or you want something fun like that? You can tell me. So on my YouTube channel, which you should subscribe to, by the way, I've got Long Time up there because that was successful. Did you see that episode of, what was it, The Last of Us that had Long Time? That was just, heartbreakingly good. I've got The Look of Love on here. Of course, that was Burt Bacharach. And I put on The Sound of Music. I thought, why not, right? I don't know. I put Till There Was You on there. I thought, why not? So Long Time. You want Long Time? Okay. There's two Long Times, right? So there's the one that Linda did. And then there's also the one that lespaul and maryford did. And I actually have both of those on my YouTube channel, friends. If you scour my YouTube channel, you'll see them. But I can also just play them both again. I don't mind doing it. That's kind of fun. So let me pull up the one that Linda did. Long Time. Yep. So, because I heard everybody loved that song, and I thought, I've done that song for years. I want to do that song. So I did that song. Okay. So. These are little small words. So sorry, I got to make them a little bit bigger, Wendy, Love will abide. Take things in stride. Sounds like good advice, but there's no one by my side, and time washes clean love's wounds unseen. That's what someone told me, but I don't know what it means, 'cause I've done everything I know to try and make you mine. And I think I'm gonna love you for a long, long time. Caught in my fears, blinking back the tears. I can't say that you hurt me when you never let me near, and I never drew one response from you. All the while you fell all over girls you never knew, 'cause I've done everything I know to try and make you mine. And I think it's gonna hurt me for a long, long time. Wait for the day you'll go away, knowing that you want me at the price I have to pay. And life's full of flaws. Who knows the cause? Living in the memory of a love that never was, 'cause I've done everything I know to try and change your mind. And And I think I'm gonna miss you for a long, long time. 'Cause I've done everything I know to try and make you mine. And I think I'm gonna love you for a long, long time. I think it went better tonight than I did on the show a couple of weeks ago. So, isn't that a great song? That is such a great song. Who wrote that? Gary B. White. Good job, Gary B. White. And I hope you have gotten tons and tons of royalties from that. And Linda doesn't get royalties for that because she sold her catalog a while back. But that's okay. Bless you, Linda. We love you so much. Thanks, Jeff. I really appreciate that. Okay, piano could be hotter. Don't stress. Still sounds good. Seeing what all is possible. I appreciate that. I am on here tonight to test the tech, my dears. I'm here to entertain. Okay, I'm here to entertain, but also to test my freaking tech because I got new tech tonight. So I got the new camera. I got the new lights that are slightly blinding. I have my old mic, and I'm using my Yamaha mixer right over here. And so my vocal is up at like 60%. The piano is now up to like 70, or my piano's at like Mach 7. But what I'm going to do is add a little bit of gain on that piano. I don't want it to get too crispy. So you let me know, Wendy. Yeah. And actually, that has been a perpetual issue with me with live streaming. So if anybody else live streams regularly, I'd love to know what you do. I know that the sound sometimes goes in and out, and I'm not getting sometimes the very best quality. And if I go back and watch this, I'm probably going to go, So I don't know if that's because it's going through Restream on a browser, and I'm going to have to test all of that out a little bit at a time. But my tech rule is one new tech skill per stream. Because if I do any more, I will go crazy. So if I have to manage any more, and that way, every time I do a stream, I say, okay, just try to get a little better at this. So this time, the tech skill is camera and lights, and just getting used to that. I am much further away now from my camera than I used to be. So it's crazy. I know your tech wife always has your back. Wendy is my tech wife. And so she tests lots of tech with me. So when she says, I want to see what's possible, she absolutely means it. And I do the same for her. So when she's testing out tech, I listen and as well. So Wendy's down in North Carolina, I'm here in Rhode Island, but we test lots of tech together. It's super fun. So I'm adding on a little bit and seeing if I can make that a little bit big and seeing if I can make it a little bit more. So I'm using a Yamaha MG10XU as my main mixer. I like it because it has knobs I can see and fiddle with. I could just as easily, do like an onboard thing through my DAW, but I like being able to see things. I like being able to touch the knobs and mess with them. Is anybody else like that? I want to see it. So my lights are controlled by my phone, which terrifies me because what if but worst comes to worst, all I had to do is yank the cord out and then suddenly I'll be piano in the dark. Okay, I can do that. So it is a great rule for life in general, right, Jeff? Yes. That, one new skill per day, right? Or something like that. And so one new tech skill, even if it's, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Wendy. Yeah, it's important. So the tech skills tonight is just getting used to seeing this without my nice Elgato. I had a little cute Elgato face cam camera. That was my camera for like a year. And before that, I used my phone. And I used an app called Epoch Cam, EPOC, which is an Elgato product. And so when I started live streaming, I just used the camera on board in my computer and then very quickly realized it wasn't that good. So, every stream I did, I thought, well, I'll try this, I'll try this, I'll try this. And just every stream. And tomorrow night is my 75th. What anniversary is that? Is that Diamond? I think it is. I'm like, okay, Diamond. It's Diamond tomorrow night. So that's the tech skills I practice. And so I'm kind of practicing it tonight for tomorrow. Tomorrow, Dan Chaco will be sitting right here. And we have some song requests that I did not do tonight because those were requested for tomorrow night's show. So I'm going to do all of those tomorrow night. And Dan and I will do some stuff too. That'll be super fun. I've already assigned him a song. He can't wait. He actually likes the song. So that'll be really fun. I know, 75th episode of The Eden Show tomorrow night. I can't believe it. So even with as many breaks as I've taken, to have gotten to 75 is really kind of fun. So I'm very proud of myself. And it's been real fun to do it. I've got a young person who used to be a student of mine who may be doing a song on the show tomorrow night. We're going to test out his tech tomorrow morning and see if it works and if he feels comfortable. And if he does, then I'm going to have him just like be a pop-on guest, pop on and off. And all of you who are watching, you can do that too. You can be a pop-on guest. And instead of doing the whole hour, you can just come on and say hi and then leave if you want. So I'm trying to make it a little, less stressful for all of us and a little bit more fun. But I'm having a great time. I love just getting to do all of these different songs for you. So I'm going to look up the other long time. And I know that this other one I think is Johnny Mercer. So I think it's here. Let me find it. Yep. No, it's Julestyne and sammycahn. Is that what it is? Wow. Why did I think it was Mercer? Because it sounds like a Johnny Mercer song. I think that's what it is. Okay. So, but most famously done, Julestyne, who also wrote Gypsy with Stephen Sondheim, right? So it's Valentine's Day, play a standard. All right. Well, this is a standard in my book, and I did this with my friend Ed Valley. So Ed and I had a duo called the Co-Eds for a while. And now, Ed is doing a lot of blues and I'm doing a lot of cabaret. And he is a wonderful, wonderful guitarist. So if you ever get to see this group called the Blue FOs, they're wonderful. And he's part of them. And he plays pickup with a lot of different groups. He's just spectacular. So, but we did this one as well. So let's see if I'm going to do it in the original key. I don't know if I am. But okay, I'll try in the original key. I have perfect pitch. So when I hear a song, I can tell what key I'm in, right? I can tell the notes and everything. I just kind of see them go by as if they're on a staff in front of me. So when I transpose, it's a pain in my patootie. Okay. Kiss me once, kiss me twice, then kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time. Haven't felt this way, my dear, since I can't remember when. It's been a long, long time. You'll never know how many dreams I've dreamed about you, or just how empty they all seem without you. So kiss me once, kiss me twice, then kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time. Yes, I have perfect pitch, Wendy. We're in C. And then it's going to change again. So kiss me once, kiss me twice, and kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time. It's been a long, long time. That was Les Paul and Maryford who did a version of that. That was the first one I ever heard. Sinatra's done it. Everybody's done it. Because it was a Julestyne and, Julestyne, sammycahn, right? And sammycahn did High Hopes, among other things. That's the first song that came to mind, right? sammycahn. And Stein wrote music for all kinds of shows. So yes, you did not know about that perfect pitch situation. Now you know. You can test me if you want. Try to stump me. I can be stumped. And it's definitely true. If anybody else out there has perfect pitch, that as you get a little more mature, you go a little sharp. So the great thing about having perfect pitch is that if you're in a choir situation, you can keep everybody in line. But the bad thing is that people hate you for keeping them in line. They really do. So my nickname in high school rhymed with pitch because of that. So, and I thought everybody had it. I didn't realize it was my voice teacher when I was 12, who was the one who said, oh, that's perfect pitch. And his wife had it. She was a pianist. So it comes in really handy a lot of the time. It's a great thing. But sometimes when you're transposing, it's miserable. So I was once in a choir where they had a couple of singers who couldn't quite hit, some high pitches. So the choir director would just say, well, let's just take it down half a step. And I would just look at her like, please, please don't do that to me. Don't take it down a step, because if I see, flats, I'm going to think that it's completely wrong. But it forced me to be a better musician because I couldn't expect the rest of the choir, not to change. So I had to learn how to adapt. So I got a little bit better at it. I still don't like doing it if I don't have to. If I know a song really well, I can transpose it in any key and I'm fine. I know the basic form of it. But it's one of the things, Wendy, that makes me sad for jazz, is that when jazz players are playing, they'll talk about, do the 7 with the flat 4, or do the minor third with the sharp 5, whatever. I have to translate that back into letter names. I don't know jazz well enough to be able to look at it mathematically like that, because my association for pitch is letters, right? So E, F, D, C sharp. No, it's E flat. Okay. So that's how I associate. I have a hard time, doing it other ways, unless I know the song really well. Yeah. Then I can figure it out. Oh, good. She's listening on her PreSonus and it sounds really good. I'm glad to hear that. First time you heard that was a long, long time ago. Yeah. Okay, good. So actually in the show that I do called Con Artist, I tell the story of how I figured out I had perfect pitch. And I performed that show on Saturday night in New Bedford, Massachusetts. And my piano player, Jim Rice, fantastic piano player, he gets to pretend to be my voice teacher. And we have this little conversation together. And the punchline is where he tests my perfect pitch live in front of the audience. And then I say, what does that mean? That I have perfect pitch. And he says, it means everybody's going to hate you. It was right. And it got the biggest laugh from the audience. And I just thought, oh boy, everybody in the audience, you really do hate people with perfect pitch. So it's like revealing, that you've got, a big birthmark somewhere. So, but overall, I try to use it as a force for good. It also means that I'm really confident when I sing in choir. I can Christmas carol really well because I can sing all the parts. Any note I can hit, I can sing. And I can kind of find my way around. And I'm a human pitch pipe. So nobody has a pitch pipe? No, it's an F, go. I can tell you where you are. And when I'm playing for singers, I think this is when it's the most useful. If the singer is insecure or not quite sure, and they say, well, I have the song, but I don't really know what key it's in. I say, just start singing where you feel comfortable and I'll find you. And I can. So if they start in a low key, I know exactly where they are. And they're always really amazed. Like, how'd you figure that out? And I thought, I knew the moment sound came out of your mouth where you were. And I'm glad that I can support them. So that's when it's really useful, a skill. Okay, so Wendy says, guess the artist. Guess the artist that did the long, long time, right? Is that what you're asking me for? First time you heard that was wait for it. Guess the artist. Guess the artist. I don't know. Wendy, you're going to have to fill me in because I'm confused. You get that. I don't know which artist. Did you hear Sinatra do it? He did it. I think that was one of his things. So, I don't know. It's a great, great song, is it not? So if you see other songs on the MySet list that you want to request, feel free. I also can now totally see how you could do this for hours at a time and time could totally lose its meaning. So thank you for those of you who are watching. I super appreciate it. I haven't done a stream this long in a long, long time. But I want to do more of these now that I've got my beautiful lights and my camera and everything. So you can find songs that I do on myset.com, over here, mysetmusic.com, where you can take your phone and hit that little QR code over there, and that will take you to the list online through an app. Yes, you do have to sign up for the app. It's free for you. But that way you can see the kind of songs that I do, and you're welcome to make a request. So I have requests that are being lined up for tomorrow night for the Eden Show. And the whole reason I'm on here tonight is to test all that stuff for the Eden Show. Eden Show will be tomorrow night, Wednesday, the 15th at 8 o'clock Eastern, right here in the same studio. And my dear personal MC and lawyer, Dan Chayko, will be sitting right here, and he's going to sing a song too. So it was a song that came into request today, and I'm going to do it as a duet with him because I love that song so much. So I managed to get 2 long songs out of here. I got a bunch of Lindas, which make me super happy. And I'm starting to find my chops again a little bit as a piano player. So my friend Karen was telling me forever about the wonderful SangahNoona. Do you know who she is? She's on YouTube on every Friday and Saturday night for like 3 hours, 4 hours, time loses all meaning. But she is a fantastic piano player, originally born in South Korea, has performed all over the world, now based in Washington, D.C., plays in some hotels there, but she does live streams every Friday and Saturday night. I do not mind shamelessly plugging her. She's fantastic. But I'm also inspired by her. And, Rosemary, of course, because Wendy has a wonderful Rosemary Clooney concert that she does. So that's how she first heard that song. I bet Rosemary's version is wonderful. And I bet she had no problem hitting those low notes. That's an E, right down there. So, right? That's really low. That's low for me. Anyway, but Maryford did it beautifully. And Lespaul was her husband, right? And they released several albums together. He was the guitarist. He was one of the first guitarists, wasn't he, who ever tracked stuff? So he's famous for kind of doing these overdubs, these multiple guitar overdubs, creating this really amazing sound in the 50s. And Maryford died young. They were a great couple together, but she didn't live terribly long. And he kept playing afterwards. But everybody said it was such a beautiful relationship that they had, and a beautiful musical partnership that they had. So I'm glad we have those recordings. And she did have a wonderful voice. Yes, Wendy, I seriously have Derhalaha on my playlist. That was an F. Why not? Why not? Right? But thank you for looking for my playlist. She read it. Like I said, I have some clams on that thing. So if you look at my playlist carefully, you'll see all kinds of weird stuff on there that I can do. So yes, I seriously had it on there, and I do that. So yeah, I played the Queen of the Night once, a long time ago. Oh gosh, where was it? Wisconsin, Milwaukee Opera Theater. And yeah, it was really fun. It was, the orchestra was like a high school, like honors string orchestra, but they were really good. And we all, came from all over the place to perform. And I'm still in touch with actually one of the women who played Pamina. They double cast the Paminas and the Taminos, Papageno, and everybody, but they did not double cast me. So, because my role is just so weird, right? And to be the queen of the night, you sing these 2 big songs, these 2 big arias in Mozart's Magic Flute, and then the rest of the time you're really off stage. So I got a lot of magazines. I just sat backstage and read magazines while everybody was out there, having to kill themselves to do all this stuff. And then I would walk on stage and go sing that stuff and then leave again. The hardest part about that is that you have to somehow kind of stay a little bit warmed up or revved up in order to come out, because all anybody really wants to hear is that, right? What I just did. So you have to nail those. And if you do, then you're a successful Queen of the Night. And if you don't, you're not. So I'm very grateful that I haven't done that role for a long time, but that I can still hit those notes. So I use that as kind of my litmus test. Like, where's my F today, right? The highest I can go is, I think, up here, about up to there. So, and I sometimes do. But I definitely warm that up every day, even though it's not going to go that high. You said you did Papagena years ago. Papagena didn't come until Act 2. I would hang with the Queen backstage. That's right. Right? Yeah, Papagena doesn't have to warm up. It's a character role. It's really fun. And you kind of warm up as you go, right? Boop, fine. It's easy. So yeah, thank you, Mozart, for writing that opera and giving us all a lot of time. That was when I read Beverly Sills' autobiography years ago. She talked about that. And she said that was one reason she didn't like playing the Queen, is that it was a lot of, staying really in perfect shape for those 2 arias. And that she said backstage, she and her husband addressed Christmas cards while she was Queen of the Night. And so I think it just bored her and she just wanted something more meaty. I personally love coming in and doing a mic drop kind of role like that. So as long as you got the Fs, you're fine. If you don't have the Fs, then it's a miserable time. Did you see, everybody was sending me the video last week on Facebook of the Queen of the Night who's like an aerialist, and she's doing it like singing upside down. You give me enough tips, I'll try that. Okay? I'll try that. I could just get out like an exercise, tube or thing. I could do it that way. I don't know if I could do it in the air. I could go to we have a local place here called the Rock Spot Climbing Wall. I suppose I could climb the wall maybe, and then flip upside down and sing it like that. I could definitely do the notes, but then I have to ask, what's the point, right? It's a great stunt. So yeah, if you don't have the Fs, you do propaganda. That's true. That's true. So those are fun parts. And that's a fun show. I'm glad that it's still so popular. And I think that the Met has a shorter version of it, like a little more kid friendly. That's really fun. But I do love it. And so I've played Queen once, and I played First Lady once, Erste Dame. And I loved playing her too. She was really fun. And doing that quintet with Tamino and Papageno and the 3 of us, we loved it. That was one of the happiest times I ever had singing classical music, was just standing around singing that quintet with them. So yeah, I haven't sung full-on classical music in quite a while. Occasionally I get asked to do stuff, but I'm doing a lot of this kind of stuff instead. Live streaming and playing for myself, playing for other people, moving more towards cabaret. But I'm bringing some of that experience with me. So in my show, Con Artist, Shameless Plug, I do a song called Not Funny. And in that song, I end on the F6. And I sustain it because I can. And because it actually proves the point of the song. So Not Funny is a great song by Heitzman Reed. And it's on my YouTube channel. There's a version of me doing it. And it's just very funny. And it's about how sopranos don't get to be funny. Sopranos get to sing high. And then at the very end, the character kind of gives up and sings high. But she sings really high. So as it was originally written, it ends kind of here, or ends here. That's it. But no way would I end there. So I end there. So why not? Right? I think it really kind of proves the point. And whenever I do it, I can just see everybody's, starts gasping. And I hold it for a while, and I often give the bird while I'm doing it. So if you're going to do an F, do an F. So you can come see Con Artist. I'm probably going to do it sometime in the next few months in Connecticut. I'm working on that. Yeah, that quintet rules. It sure does. It's a really cool one. I've ever sung an F. I've eked at a D2 or 3. Yeah, you're a lower voice than I am. You're a different Fach than I am, right? Fach. What a good classical name, Fach. I am like coloratura sopran Fach as the day is long. Just like high. I sing notes dogs here. That's what I do. But I can't do. I was actually on my way to my gig. I was testing out a little bit, and I can actually try it here. What the heck? I'm in front of all of you. I have no shame. So let me see if I can pull this up. And I can't do all of the song. I want to. I can only do part of it. So I'm figuring out a way to kind of do the parts I want to do and not have to do all of it. So what does she do? You've got me feeling emotions deeper than I've ever dreamed of. Oh, you've got me feeling emotions higher than the heavens above. Right? And that's Mariah Carey right there, right? Which is a takeoff of the original Emotion song. But I feel good. I feel nice. I've never felt so satisfied. I'm in love. I'm alive. Intoxicated. Flying high. It feels like a dream. And you touch me tenderly. I don't know if it's real, but I like the way I feel inside. That part I can do. I cannot do the... Okay, so my G is as high as it goes. So, I mean, it's a parlor trick, right? So I like that, but I wish I could do the rest of it. But the rest of it I cannot do. So I'm trying to figure out how to make that happen. Oh, thanks, Katie. That's fun. Yeah. So that's a G6, right? Up there. So I can do that part. So that's how I was warming up for my gig at Con Artist, is in the car, I was singing Emotions. And I was just looking for some Mariah to be able to do. And I thought, I'll try that one. So I could do that part, and that felt easy. That's easy to hit that G, actually. It's just going past that. There's, my larynx says, no, can't do it. So I don't know. I mean, not even Mariah sings it that high anymore. I think she takes it down a couple. So I thought, well, I could do that too. But I mean, and so, like I said, my relationship to pitch is such that I hear it in C. The song is in C. So if I start taking it down, then I got to take everything down. And then I still can't hit the top, right? I could do it up there, maybe. But she's actually up here. I can't go that high. So I'm trying to figure out kind of my version of Emotion, if I can make that happen, or if it's just going to be a parlor trick. Yes, Katie, I have perfect pitch. I am a pitch. So, yeah, that's me. So how are you doing, Katie? How is baby? I hope baby's doing well. She just had a beautiful baby shower. I saw all the pictures online. And Katie did the Eden Show earlier in 2022, and it was just fantastic on it. So, yeah, so I can do a little bit of Emotions. I can hit the inside, like that up there, but I can't do the rest of the song. So I don't know if it's, if people would say, oh, that's not the real song or not, or if they would give me a pass and then just let me do that much of Mariah Carey, and then I could switch over to I Had a Vision of Love. All right, because that's probably what I would prefer to do. So I would probably Frankenstein that song, Emotions and Vision of Love. We call it Emotion of Love. So I'm just kind of making this up as I go. What would that sound like if I did Emotion of Love? So I'm going to pull out Emotions. I'm going to pull out Vision of Love, and I'm going to create a mashup. Because why not, right? Ha ha ha, of course you do. Yes, I can bring it down. I can do the riff. All right, so Katie is feeling very pregnant when things fall to the ground. She accepts it. Oh, I remember those days. I remember you can't put your own shoes on, right? Yeah, you just end up kind of going like, oh, put my shoe on for me, right? I had a baby in May, and I remember for like the last few weeks, I just wore like slides. I just, push them on. I did not dare try to bend down for anything. I gave up. And I was singing in church, and one time I was just in church, and I just felt so heavy and awful. And we got up for to sing the anthem, and I just said, you know what? I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I walked out and I went home. I was done. I think my son came a couple of weeks later. I just said, I just can't. So, and then after Katie, after I had my son, I had to kind of relearn how to sing again, because I had gotten so used to singing with this beach ball in me. So be aware of that it's going to feel different after you have the baby, and you got to kind of relearn everything, but you'll be great. You're going to be a wonderful mom. I can't wait to see your little baby boy. Okay. So I could do, let's see, I'm looking at how I'm going to do this Mariah Carey thing. So I'm going to go, you got me feeling emotions deeper than I've ever dreamed of. Oh. I don't know. You've got me feeling emotions higher than the heavens above. I feel good. I feel nice. I could even start it kind of in the same rhythm as Vision of Love. I feel good. I feel nice. I never felt so satisfied. I'm in love. I'm alive. Intoxicated, flying high. It feels like a dream when you touch me tenderly. I don't know if it's real, but I like the way I feel inside. I had a vision of love, and it was all that that you've given to me. I've had a vision of love, and it was all that you've given to me. Treated me kind, sweet destiny, carried through desperation. It kind of works, right? To the one that was waiting for me. It took so long, still I believed somehow the one that I needed would find me eventually. I had a vision of love, and it was all that you've given to me. I've always liked this song, actually. Right through the nights, felt so alone, suffered from alienation, carried the weight on my own, had to be strong, so I believed, and now I know I've succeeded in finding the place I conceived. Conceived? Okay. I had a vision of love, and it was all that you've given to me. I had a vision of love. Oh gosh. I realized the dream, and I visualized the love that came to be. Feel so alive. I'm so thankful that I've received the answer that heaven has sent down to me. I gotta work it in there somehow, people, because otherwise, why not, right? You treated me kind, sweet destiny, and I'll be eternally grateful, holding you so close to me, right through the nights, so faithfully, knowing the one that I needed would find me eventually. I had a vision of love, and it was all that you've given to me. I had a vision of love, and it was all that you've given to me. Ooh. I'm not going to do the rap. Oh. I gave you high G's, so that's what you get. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate it so much. So I will do what I can here. But yeah, so yeah, I got the G and OMG. I don't know what else to do with that song. But maybe I'll combine those two so that way I can get a G in there and then go into Vision of Love, which they're both in the key of C, friends. So if you ever want to play stuff, that's an awesome one to play. So that's not hard to do. So I was looking that up because for dueling pianos, I get asked sometimes, like, make sure you have a Mariah Carey song ready to go. And I don't know kind of which ones to do, right? They have to be ones that I can sing, ones that are showy. And so I started listening to Mariah. Again, I realized that the songs themselves are very simple, very repetitive. They're often based on a loop, right? Not a lot of change at all. They actually also tend to be pretty short. So I think they're kind of ripe for a mashup in a way, because you could do like one verse and chorus of a song, and then you know it's going to be identical for the next. What's really extraordinary, of course, is her voice. And she is what makes those songs work. So I'm not sure anybody else could really do them, is what I'm discovering as I'm singing them. So anybody else sings Mariah, if you have a suggestion for me besides don't sing Mariah. But I think she's really cool. And I'd love to do something like that where I can mash those two up. So we'll see what happens. So anyway, this has been super fun. This is like an hour and 40 minutes. I thought I was going to be on for 10 minutes to test stuff out. But you're testing with me the Eden Broadcasting System. I've got my new camera. I got my new lights. I'm testing all of my sound out. And I feel a lot more confident that tomorrow night I'm going to have a really fun live stream with Dan Chayka sitting right here. I don't think Dan has any idea this is coming. I sent him a picture, I think earlier today, and I said, hey, I got some new lights, but I don't know if he knows what's going to happen. So it's going to be on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Right now, that's my plan, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. I appreciate all of you people on Facebook kind of checking in, but let me reiterate, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, because I can make sure it's really reliable on there. I can see all of your comments really well on those channels. It's much harder for me to see it on other channels. So that's why for you, the viewer, it is much better experience if you're on YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. Okay. So I promise that tomorrow I'll remind you about all that. And I encourage you to go over and watch. If you want to make a comment during it, you have to have a YouTube account. You have to sign up. It's a Gmail, right? That's all you have to do. You have to have a Gmail account, but it's free. It's easy to do. You never have to use it for anything else except that. And if you have any, issues in trying to sign up for that, I'm happy to help you because, help me help you, like Tom Cruise and Jerry Maguire, help me help you. But it's easy to do. And if you don't want to go through that trouble, you can watch on Twitch. You can watch on Twitter, right? So those are the three places where I am: YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. If you think about them, all of them have accounts. You have an account on Facebook. So, and you had to sign up through an email to get your Facebook account. So it's really very similar. But the streaming is just much more reliable on all of those other platforms. And the least reliable in my 2 years of experience with this is Meta, unfortunately. So I don't routinely stream to there. Tonight was special because I knew, some of you would be picking up and watching onto here. And I'm really just doing this to test the tech tonight. But I really appreciate all of you giving me your time and letting me test out the tech. So just one more thing to reiterate. It's going to be tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Oh yeah, Rick is playing a concert and it's going to live stream. Cool. Wendy, put up the thing. I want to see Rick do his concert. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, and it will be The Eden Show on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. On Facebook, you can see all the information about it. You can pick it up anywhere on those channels. And you're welcome to get onto MySet and check out my set list. And I'm going to add everything I did tonight to the set list, and I'm happy to do them again, right? So there's the same thing, by the way, there, this way. Okay. So this is all the same QR code. This is just me building in redundancy. That's all I'm doing. So you can find it on MySet through the app. All you got to do is aim your camera at the QR code and it'll pick it up for you. Or if you want to type it in, you can see that down here and you can pick up the code that way and you can see the set list. And you can choose songs from there, or you can make a request for the huge, huge amount of $1. So I hope that I will see you tomorrow night. And I'm probably going to do more of these where I do these little pop-up streams like this. My model is, of course, the fantastic SangahNoona, who is so good. She streams on a regular basis, taking requests. Check her out on YouTube as well. She doesn't need any help getting subscribers from me. She's got hundreds of thousands. But she's a great, generous person and a really good player. And so I love the kind of stuff that she plays, and I'm hoping to do that kind of thing for you as well. Plus a little Queen of the Night, because why not? All right. And a little mariahcarey, because why not? That's me. So thank you all so much and have a wonderful night. And I will see you tomorrow night for the Eden